poster child that comes to mind, as is typically the case, you're introduced by the equity sponsor, and it goes something like this: we need you to help the leadership team with X. And when you get introduced, you sometimes find, actually, you often find that that is not necessarily the leadership team's top priority. This is when SMEs like me earn our keep for being a diplomat to reconcile disparate perspectives. But it tends to work. And here's why it tends to work. When you understand why the portfolio company thinks something else has more need of attention, in context, when you understand their argument, you can help go back the other way and reprioritize. And this particular case, I want to emphasize the CEO, and he happens to be one of my favorite CEOs, real rock star of a CEO. He vetted me for, I think, 3 months. It was just a length of time that just seemed bizarre. And I felt like the mouse being played with by the proverbial cat. And I only came to, he was a great poker player, and I only later became aware of what he was really after. He wanted to know if he could trust me because he was going to impart something that had nothing to do with why we got introduced. And he wanted to make sure I was immersed and equipped to comprehend his argument. And if I did that, was I the resource he needed for his number one priority? So we eventually got there, and it came out something like this. John, I have a different number one priority. He said, we're in this location, and I cannot hire enough people to keep up with our organic growth. That's my real problem. And it was well articulated, defensed by data. And I couldn't help but empathize and sympathize with where he was. I said, I got it. I can help you with this. And so there was a discussion for we need to do something else, which is important, actually urgent. Before we get to this other one, can you be patient for a while we knock this out? And the equity sponsor was very happy with it. And the punchline to this particular example is that the results were so profound for addressing the talent issue that nobody cared about the other issue by which we got introduced. In fact, I can't even remember what it was. And I don't have those data in archive. So I can't even go research what it was, but I assure you it was not as impactful as what we actually did. And the results, and everything you're asking is back with the results. The results are that we fixed the problem. The sales continued on a very positive double-digit year-over-year annual growth trajectory. Same target market for labor, found people in creative ways. We actually applied marketing principles to where we find people, to the ideal profile where these people hang out, et cetera, et cetera. And we also trained hiring managers. That's another thing that tends to be assumed but not trained, is that only 1 in 10 hiring managers are trained in how to do it the right way. So we not only found better talent, but we found better fits within that talent. And the results eventually were a fabulous exit on the investment by the private equity sponsor. So everybody won.